Do what you want, say what you want, keep it to yourself.
I think it's ignorant freedom of speech.
The annihilation of a race of people, yeah, that's hate speech, for sure.
It can be either good or bad, in my opinion. All you're doing is being negative in regards to someone's choices.
Today we've come to the city streets of Sydney to ask for your take on statements made by public figures in the media. Freedom of speech is a human right, but sometimes the lines are blurred between what is free speech and what is hate speech. We are also seeing a rise in cancel culture, where the people behind these statements are being socially exiled. Is it for the greater good of society, or are these consequences infringing on freedom of speech? We want to see how you define these boundaries by asking the public today whether you define it as freedom of speech or hate speech. And should they be cancelled for what they've said? What would you define as cancel culture?
The animosity of other people towards a person online.
I think it's really about ending things that are hurtful to other people, although it's kind of gone a little bit crazy lately.
Honestly, don't know. It's probably trying to cancel out whatever someone doesn't want.
When a group of people or groups of people, individuals, are intentionally trying to deplatform someone or something.
Some people use it as a way to better things, but then I also think some people use it as a way to get rid of things that is hard to talk about.
I'm going to say a few statements and you're going to tell me whether you think it's free speech or hate speech and if they should be cancelled for it. Recently, Jeffery Star, the makeup artist who's also gay, openly said in an interview that they them pronouns is made up shit. His words. Is that free speech or hate speech?
I feel like it's
hate.
hate.
Hate speech, okay.
Yeah.
And should he be cancelled for it?
Yes, definitely.
Not made up shit, they'd be cancelled.
No, I don't think he should be canceled. I mean, I think he's saying an opinion. I might not completely agree with it, right? But it doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, I would say freedom of speech. Yeah.
I think they, them pronouns are completely valid like any other pronoun in the world. That I say that it's slightly hate speech.
I think it's free speech.
Okay.
Free, yeah.
And should they be cancelled or should they not be cancelled?
No, I don't think so. That's their own life. Whatever they want to do, that's their own opinion and their own, choices. So I don't think they should be cancelled for
Okay. Statement here by Mel Gibson, the actor.
Okay.
So he said...
He said some crazy things
he
before.
He said something really crazy. He said, I love Hitler, he did good things.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, I would say that would be more like hate speech.
Yeah, that's a lot more hate speech there.
Yeah.
Oh, Mel Gibson was tripping.
Mel Gibson.
He's tripping. That's definitely hate speech.
That sounds like, well, it is free speech in a way because he's expressing himself, but I think it's inappropriate, so it's also hate speech.
It's still just more free speech. If like I said, everyone's got their opinion, but on certain things, your opinion should be kept to yourself.
Hate speech.
Yeah, cancelled.
Cancelled
yeah.
immediately?
Yeah.
Okay. In 2021, Trump tweeted a big protest in DC on January 6th, be there, will be wild, leading to accusations of inciting the Capitol attack. Do you think that's free speech or hate speech?
I think it's hate speech. It's for me it's very blurred because he's not actually said what the protest is. And so who actually knows what they're protesting for?
I think it's free speech, not hate speech, but he would still be cancelled for it. But in different circles, because it's political rather than personal.
In 2022, he tweeted, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew too. Do you think that was more free speech or hate speech, and should he get cancelled for that?
I think that's more just being an idiot. He's kind of just
Kanye being Kanye.
He's Kanye being Kanye. He's kind of gone a bit wild and just gotten out of hand. I don't know, he's starting to go crazy. I don't know what's going on with him, but that's something that obviously keep yourself. It's just ridiculous and out of proportion.
That's kind of weird though, because this is, I mean, it's to the point it counts culture, but I mean, we got to look into his state of mind as well. He could be unwell.
I think in general with him, I think he's a little bit, I think it might even be some mental things going on as well. So I think with that one, it's a little bit hard as well because before his mom passed, he wasn't, in a lot of these kind of states.
Do you think he's going to get cancelled for saying something like that?
I think he already is.
Yeah,
Isn't he?
pretty much.
Does anyone like Kanye? Sorry, that shouldn't be said. Does anyone actually like Kanye West?
To a degree, with having mental issues, you can not get cancelled for it, but at the same time, he's a big influencer. He's millions of followers, so he's kind of got to watch what he says. That's his job.
In 2015, commenting about Caitlyn Jenner's transition from male to female, Drake Bell tweeted, "Sorry, still calling you Bruce."
Oh, hate speech, definitely.
And why do you think it's hate speech and if they should be cancelled?
Because I think it's quite discriminatory to all trans people, and it's kind of transphobic, like very transphobic.
That's hate speech.
Okay, and why do you think it's hate speech?
Because it's purposefully disregarding another person's identity.
Nah, that's definitely hate.
Yeah, that's a hate speech.
Cancelled immediately?
Yeah.
That right there is, I don't think that's cancel culture for sure. Like that's, again, free speech.
Yeah, I definitely think that's hate again, right? That's hating on what they want to be called. If I want to be called something, I hope that you were respected enough to do it, right?
Like to go out of your way to do the opposite of what they want is kind of really hateful.
I would definitely say that's hate, but again, I still don't think that it is cancel somebody because of that, right? I
In 2017, part of a Twitter rant about the Harvey Weinstein case, Andrew Tate tweeted, "If you put yourself in a position to be raped, you must bear some responsibility." What do you think about that statement?
Yeah, let's be honest. The man needs to be cancelled.
Yes.
Like as a woman, you hear so often people putting blame on women for, being taken advantage of. But it's really about the power dynamics in it. And really, no one is tempting anyone to do anything they shouldn't be doing.
There's some truth to what he's saying there because it's just about the danger of being self-aware and being smart. If my little sister asked me, should I go walk through Sydney late at night or a dangerous area, I would say no, you shouldn't, because something bad might happen to you.
I've heard about this before. I think it's inappropriate for him to say something like that because he's obviously stigmatizing women.
Yo, if my son comes home and tries to play with my daughter's dollhouse, I'm going to break it over his head and say in my voice, "Stop, that's gay."
with comedians, I think that's kind of their artwork, right? Is being tiptoeing on the line of what's okay and what isn't.
Yeah, like you said, it's not always exactly how they feel because that's what they do. They like to push buttons. But I think it's definitely freedom of speech and not hate speech. But I mean, of course, I disagree with what he's saying. But
yeah, I'm definitely a good disagree with it, but I couldn't cancel it or delete him or kick him off Twitter for it. Yeah.
I think because it's relating to him and his life, I think it's free speech in that regard because he's maintained it to be personal.
And is there anyone that you want to cancel?
Anyone that I want to cancel.
Honestly, there's so many I can't even think. I can't say that because I deliberately keep out of the media for this sort of stuff.
I don't want to be controversial, but I think I don't really like the way that the Australian Parliament hasn't been really held accountable that much.
I think this is the year for people to not be cancelled and to instead be held accountable.
You can't just be rude for no reason. There's a big line. I'm not one for cancelling people most of the time. I just look back and watch them laugh. So
I don't think anyone should be cancelled for what they think because that's what freedom is, right? And we live in a free country, so that's what I reckon.